Hey Boo Buddies, Anya here. Welcome back to the fun stationary playtime. Today I am doing a watercolors in honor of summer. It is full-on summer here and it is hot. Oh my goodness, so hot. I actually love summer heat. I love crisp autumn cool, but I love summer heat and I love feeling them both. So I'm enjoying the heat, but oh my goodness, it's almost too much. So I'm doing a watercolor with Boo, and we're gonna have a summer-inspired Boo watercolor painting. So I'm still learning how to do watercolor and micro fine liner together. If you are familiar with Micron fine liner pens, you know that they are waterproof because they are absolutely meant to be used in addition to markers and watercolors and etc. I, somewhere in my art training, learned that watercolor is watercolor alone and you do not mix and you have to be very talented. And so this is still new for me. I am totally using the wrong brush for my background wash. I should use a flat brush to get more space covered with better evenness, but I always go for the round brush. Again, somewhere in my art training, I just always default to the 1-inch round brush. It's a good big brush. You can do lots of stuff with it, and I usually will try and do everything with this one brush, and I shouldn't. I have brushes. I have better brushes. Use the brushes. Go ahead, accept the brushes. Just use the right brush. You can do better things. But I always just go for the round 1-inch brush. And I probably should have done the sky with a flat brush, but there you are. I always just, you can still make things work even if you are doing it wrong. Just because you're doing it wrong doesn't mean it doesn't work. It is extra dry where I live, and my house is also extra dry on top of it, so you'll see me grabbing my water spritzer quite often throughout this video, and I just have a little spritzy spritz of just clean water that I'm keep putting on. Normally when I do watercolor I'll have a humidifier running, but my humidifiers they're getting cleaned right now, and I didn't want to stop and fill up the humidifier too, because otherwise my watercolors will just dry so much faster than I want them to. So I just have to keep spritzing around the paper to keep everything actually kind of humid around where I'm working. But these are my struggles, and it's fine. I don't know if anyone else had one of these charcoal briquette old school barbecues growing up, but I've actually only ever seen them in two colors, black and hunter green, like that obnoxious dark green, and I've never actually seen one red in the wild, but for art's sake reasons, illustration reasons, I thought red would be the ideal color because it's a nice pop, bright, standout color against the hazy soccer field style background I've got going on, and it really is very clear what it is. There's certain things that are certain colors in illustration, and they're never that color in real life, and I feel like barbecues fall into that category where they're always red, like cars, like they're just always these brilliant bright colors, and in real life they aren't, but in illustration and in coloring and in paintings, they have to be that color. Boo's apron is also going to be red, but not the same red. I think I used a combination of two orangey reds. I don't remember what I used as far as watercolor colors goes, but I used two orangey reds for the mixed together to make the barbecue color, and then a nice bluish red to do the apron so that they weren't the same color. But I thought red was the right call to kind of balance out the striking barbecue red, but also because Boo's accents will be tinted blue. So red is gonna make that pop as well and not blend in. So doing a cooler color might get muddy next to the shading that I'm adding on Boo. The smoke is my special black scale watercolor set that I got separate from my Winsor Newton fancy set, and mixing it with lots of water so that it has a transparent look took way longer than I left on the film, but it was mostly just me going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and that's not fun to watch. But I think the finished product is so... I'm just so pleased with how this came out. I felt very professional cartoonist when this was all said and done, with my shading, with my line work, with the action going on. I'm really happy with this. So now comes the final touches, where I'm going to go ahead and add in a fork for Boo, because I didn't trust myself to know how to draw tongs. When I would barbecue, I will probably be doing this with tongs, but I didn't trust myself to be able to draw that. I wanted to do vegetables on the grill, but same thing, I just didn't believe in my talents enough to put green on the grill and have it translate with blobby shapes to be vegetables, so I went with just a nice little sausage look, even though that's probably not what I would put on the grill. Final touches, of course, I'm going to sign and date my work. Always remember to sign your date and work. I'm terrible at remembering that. I'm using a gold gel pen to put a little sun decal on Boo's apron. And now it's time for the oh so satisfying taking off of the tape. Oh, that never gets old. I'm really happy with the clean edges. They came off this purple painter's tape. I get this from the hardware store. It's the purple painter's tape, and it's my favorite tape to use with watercolor. It's very cost effective. It doesn't rip up the paper. It comes off very crisp and easy. And look at that clean line. That is some clean line. Oh, that's satisfying. Thank you for watching, Boo Buddies. I hope you enjoyed this watercolor video and it inspired you in your own journaling and watercolor journey. I will see you in the next one.